Ever scrolled past an ad and thought, who on earth thought that was a good idea?
Or maybe even worse, received an email clearly written for, well, anyone but you.
It's like the marketing version of a face plant, and with AI getting more involved, well, let's just say there's potential for some pretty epic stumbles.
And that's precisely what we're diving into today, those cautionary yet often hilarious tales of AI gone rogue in the marketing world.
Our source material, a blog post by Srinidhi Ranganathan, or as you might know him online, the human AI.
The man's a walking case study in both the promises and pitfalls of AI, and he shares his experiences with a healthy dose of humor.
Which is good, because some of these stories, let's just say you can't help but laugh. Like the time his AI decided to send out a mass email, a dear first name email to 10,000 people, for that personal touch.
Oof, yeah. The irony there is painful. We talk about personalization and marketing, but that right there, that's the kiss of death.
Exactly. It feels so impersonal, almost robotic. And this is coming from a show that's, dissecting AI.
It's all about using the right tool for the job. And while AI can be great for segmenting your audience, analyzing data to figure out who will be most receptive to what message, it can't replace that human touch.
So true. You got to know when to let the AI take the reins and when to step in and say, okay, hold your horses, let's rethink this.
Exactly. AI can be a bit like that enthusiastic intern full of ideas, but needs a little guidance on execution.
Speaking of meeting guidance, Srinidhi has this other story about using AI to choose a virtual background for a very important meeting.
Oh, tell me it's the one where he ended up on a tropical beach during his quarterly revenue presentation?
That's the one. You got to give the AI some credit for creativity, but yeah, not exactly the professional image you want to project when you're talking numbers.
It's a classic example of AI's current limitations. It lacks context, the ability to understand the nuances of a situation. A human would know that a beach scene screams vacation, not let's talk profit margins.
And that's something to keep in mind. AI tools might be getting smarter, but for now, they still need us humans to provide context to double-check their work.
Precisely. Think of it as your AI sanity check.
Speaking of sanity checks, this next one had me both laughing and feeling for the guy. Srinidhi needed a professional headshot, so he did what many people do now, turn to AI.
Oh no, tell me he didn't end up with one of those AI-generated masterpieces where the anatomy's all over the place.
Worse. Picture this. A regular banana, but with glowing red eyes, robotic limbs, and you guessed it, Srinidhi's face awkwardly photoshopped on top.
Oh, wow. I had a similar experience where I asked an AI to generate some headshots.
Yeah.
In one, I had this extravagant hairstyle. It was like something out of a sci-fi film. Not exactly what I was going for.
It's like AI has the creativity part down, but it still needs that human touch to say, okay, maybe tone down the cyborg banana. That's not really sending the right message.
Exactly. AI can be great for generating ideas, for giving you a starting point, but those finishing touches, that understanding of what truly resonates with people, that's still a very human skill.
A skill that's definitely needed when it comes to customer service. And wouldn't you know it, Srinidhi has a story about that too. Or should I say, his AI chatbot does.
Please tell me it's the classic, have you tried turning it off and on again response.
You know it. And look, I'll admit, sometimes that does work, but more often than not, it just feels like you're talking to a wall. Or in this case, a chatbot that hasn't quite grasped the concept of empathy.
And that's a huge hurdle for AI and customer service. We humans are complex creatures. We have emotions, unspoken needs, things that AI, at least for now, can't really grasp.
So for those businesses thinking of replacing their entire customer service department with chatbots, maybe pump the brakes a bit.
Unless your target demographic is robots, who really do just need a good off and on again solution. But for the rest of us humans, that personal touch still matters.
It definitely does. All right, last but not least, we got to talk about Srinidhi's attempt at creating a, wait for it, viral marketing campaign using AI. What could go wrong, right?
Oh boy, I have a feeling I know where this is going.
You're ready for this? His AI took the brief viral marketing a little too literally. And by little, I mean it started churning out content about actual viruses, like the flu.
Oh no. Talk about a marketing fail. It's like the AI missed the memo on what kind of viral we're aiming for in the marketing world.
Completely. It's those nuances of language, the humor, the understanding of what actually resonates with people. AI still got a ways to go in that department.
It underscores the importance of clear communication, even when you think you're being obvious. And maybe more importantly, it shows that even with the best intentions, AI needs close supervision. especially in the creative realm.
Like having an overeager puppy, you love them, you see the potential, but you also know you got to keep a close eye on them, or they might just eat your shoes.
Exactly. So to our listeners out there, eager to harness the power of AI for their marketing efforts, a word of advice: stay informed, experiment cautiously, and remember, a little human oversight goes a long way.
And hey, if things do go a little haywire, at least you'll have a good story to tell.
Because let's face it, sometimes the biggest lessons come from the biggest blunders.
Truth. And who knows, maybe one day AI will be sophisticated enough to laugh along with us.
Now that's a future I'd like to see.
Me too. But until then, stay curious, stay creative, and we'll catch you in our next deep dive.